In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful, my dear friends and fellows in Pakistan and abroad, are you a commoner in Pakistan? You are a commoner and you are living in Pakistan. Yes, most of the people living in this society are, of course, the commoners. They belong to lower middle class. They belong to the middle class. And now it is their right to develop, and they want to develop and progress, make the progress as well. They want to achieve something good in their life. That is all their right. That is all their right. But some of these people, out of the commoners, some of these people are calling themselves as a sensitive person. They think and they say that I'm a sensitive person. As a matter of fact, this society is not for the people who are sensitive. Sensitivity cannot be even afforded by the people who are quite resourceful. They don't belong to the lower middle class. But sensitivity does not suit even them. Not to talk of the commoners. Even if a person is having a very good background but is a sensitive person, let me tell you that this person will be cheated, manipulated, exploited, emotionally disturbed time and again, sometimes even stabbed in the back. I'm talking about the person who is having a very good background, a person who is strong, a person who is resourceful, strong, not a strong but a delicate person. We are talking about a person who is delicate, who is somewhat sensitive. Dear friends, this is something really bad. If you are a commoner, this attitude of yours, being a sensitive person, being a delicate person, being a person who is not very strong, who is not strong, who has not developed a thick skin, I think there is no life in Pakistan for you. No life in Pakistan for you. If at all you are a commoner, you need to change. You need to make yourself a strong human being. You need to make your skin a bit thick one, strong one. Don't be a sensitive person at all. Don't try to be a delicate person at all. Don't try to be much sophisticated person, because this sophistication and being delicate and being sensitive and having not a thick skin and not being a strong person and being a weak person, I think this is something which is very dangerous, which could be even fatal and suicidal. So, for that reason, I suggest you, because I myself belong to the class of the commoners, because I used to say myself as a sensitive person, as a delicate person, as a sophisticated person, but I came to know that if at all you are having habits and personality traits like this one, let me tell you that you are not going to develop, you are not going to make a good amount of progress, and your life might remain in the shambles. Dear friends, if at all we want to develop and to progress, if at all we want to achieve something good, if at all we want to live a good life, and we are also a commoner living in Pakistan, the first thing which is needed is that we need to become a strong human being. We need to become a courageous human, somewhat courageous human being. Although this being courageousness must be a calculated one and must not be a wild one, I think so. We need to develop flexibility and a good amount of flexibility. We need to develop resilience, and we need to become somewhat resilient indeed. This lack of resilience, I think it is going to make us more vulnerable, and much more vulnerable. I think so that we will be emotionally disturbed time and again, quite often, and sometime we will be even stabbed in the back, sometime we will be snatched whatever valuable we are possessing here. Sometime we will be cheated, manipulated, exploited, even deceived, even stabbed by somebody who was a very trusted person of ours, upon whom we had a great trust, but the same person has cheated us, has deceived us, has almost killed us, have done so much of the bad with us. So all of that because of certain reasons, and these certain reasons are not to trust anyone else at all, because if at all we are trusting the people, and these our trustees, they are not necessarily what they are from outside. They might have some very sinister plans inside their mind, or the very sinister plan might develop in their mind. Not only this thing, someone on the back might try to distract them, might try to tell them that why don't you, if at all this person is trusting you so much, then why don't you do something which is very much advantageous for you, and which is although unethical. Those people least care about the ethics and the morals and the values and what is right and the what is wrong thing. My dear friends and fellows, one thing is there, that if at all you do have to live, and you do have to live in Pakistan, you need to make yourself as a very strong human being. This strength of yours must be there, and dear friend, you must need to develop the resilience, that then only you will be able to survive, and to somehow survive honorably here in Pakistan. And not only that survival, but rather a little bit of thriving, a little bit of development will also be there. But it is only possible if at all you are making yourself as a strong human being, and you are out of that delicateness, you are out of that so much sophisticatedness, you are out of sensitivity. You need to become, we all need to become a person of the thick skin. It does not mean that we should start cheating and deceiving the other people. It does not mean that we should try to snatch whatever other weaker people are possessing. Not at all, not at all, not at all. Rather, we need to become a scrupulous person. We need to become a conscientious person. We need to become a thoroughly gentle person. We need to become a deadly honest person. But despite all that, as for the resilience is concerned, as for the emotionally and mentally strong person is concerned, I think unless and until we develop a kind of mental and a kind of emotional and a physical strength, I think that survival here in a society like Pakistan, for the commoner, it is very difficult not to talk of the development and the prosperity and the affluence. Even the survival is very difficult, because there are predators and huge number of it. Thank you.